The biggest mistake any nigga ever make is getting too comfortable, kicking their feet up, taking that motherfucking victory lap. Cause you ain't never safe. Somebody always out there, watching. And by the time you see him, it's already too late. I think the things you go through make you who you are. Mm-hmm. And in my journey, like, there's certain things that I'm not really, I don't even let it into my system like that. I think depression is a luxury.
Wow.
Because where I'm from, you can't afford to be depressed. You got to pay the bill, right?
Right.
So you got to go to work. You got to get up. You got to go do what you got to do. You got people right now that's at work that don't feel like being there. Mm-hmm. But they got responsibilities, so they they feel uncomfortable while they're working, while they're doing what they got to do. Like, when these guys get in a slump and they just decide that they're not going to do anything, I'm like, where they do that at?
Right.
Even when you're on the street, you got a pack. You just decide not to come outside?
Yeah.
They're going to beat you up. You're going to beat to death. Wait till you come out. Now, all of the situations, if you don't have fear, then you just not acknowledging danger.
Right.
At point.
I learned that in the 50th law.
Nah, yeah, but you stupid. Then you're not scared of nothing. So you watch that guy that just has zero fear and say, yeah, we can get him. He tough. We're gonna have a hard time chewing on him, but we're gonna get him. Mm-hmm. We get him. Mm-hmm. Like, other than that, you just gotta pay attention to your surroundings and things that's going on. Like, and you say never saying the toughest guy. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And then if I die in the process, I was doing what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Even the themes. Look, it's power to dollar.
Yep.
I get hit, I come back. Get rich or die trying.
Yeah.
Right? And the process, because that's already what I'm feeling like I'm going to do. I'm in the process. It's the greatest thing is to watch me, because either I'm going to get rich or I'm going to die in the process. And this is what I'm going to call a record. I think the only thing that separates people is passion. Right? And having the ability to focus on something, or to work on it, will allow you to work hard enough to be good enough at it. That's the Kobe Bryant run. He outworked those people. A lot of people in the league perform according to their paycheck. So they're like, I ain't getting that money, let them do it.
Kobe was there every day.
Yeah, and that's what separates him and makes him special to us in a different way, even after he's gone.
Losing's not an option, then you got to do everything possible to win. And I don't understand how they become complacent and feel like, oh, it's okay. You get people that deal with things by not actually dealing with them. And it was a time that I actually didn't have anything, because the things that I acquired when I was hustling, it kind of went away. I had to get rid of it in order to have enough to stay afloat. Things don't happen when you want them to happen all the time. It happens when it's supposed to happen. When God has a plan for you to actually be successful, it'll happen for you. So you got to be persistent, consistent, work. I didn't have a plan B. I said it absolutely has to work. So I stayed focused and I made it happen. People are really loyal to their comfort. And when they are forced to actually sustain things that they have, they can get upset with whoever appears to have everything with no problem. Whoever's doing it easy in their mind, because I've been working to consistently keep it like that. I've been on the Forbes list 5 years in a row while I haven't released the album in 5 years, and I haven't released the record. While doing everything else, the part that they feel like isn't working, because when they're not actually making music and we're not really grinding on that level. See, I'm not in the street, but I'm close enough to the street to know exactly what's going on. Call me the fire hydrant. I won't be moved. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I'll be a part of our culture for a long period of time, because you still won't be able to find someone that has a period of time. It's a 10-year block. There's nothing happening in hip-hop but that. That whole 10 years is me.
And those eras aren't normally decades, man. They're normally a few years.
Usually a couple months for a lot of them.
Didn't have a major record company marketing to promote my project till 2003. Right. So for that time period, I had to run on my own energy. I had to convince myself that I'm gonna make it. Regardless of how people felt at that time. And what it does is it makes you feel like, well, it made me feel like there's gonna be points that people are gonna mistake my confidence for arrogance, because they don't understand the process I went through. Mm-hmm. And how much I had to believe in myself in order to make these things happen. I feel like you can will yourself into a good space. Mm-hmm. Things that are meant to happen will.
As you believe in yourself enough, you can help yourself learn. You can inspire, yourself in different ways where you can actually discipline yourself, to the point that you can become good enough. Like from 97, like when I started writing, it was full time. Like every day I was writing music because I had no choice. If I was gonna stop hustling, then how was I gonna provide or continue the lifestyle that I created for my son's mom, my son, and myself?
You can't have any success without jealousy, without envy, or entitlement. Right? Entitlement being the scary part because it's growing in someone you love. It's hard for you to see those things, the change in them. These are loved ones. These are people that are around you that like relatives.
You can't choose
them. You can't choose them. The interesting thing is when we pray for success, we don't pray for jealousy, we don't pray for envy, we don't pray for entitlement. And we can't have those things without success. And this is what changes the relationships around you from the start. Because I wanted everybody to come with me because we went on the road. By the time we got from the tour, I said, I can do whatever I want as long as I keep working.
They look at you and say, damn, boy, you're young. Why your clothes look so old? I'm like, oh, man, why you gotta say that? Like, it's just, they would say stuff to me and then they look out for me, but in a different way. Like, they give me, here, you know what that is? Know what to do with it? It's all right. Anybody bother you, tell them I'll get it to you. And there's some guys that were big enough in the neighborhood for them not to whoop me for selling, so it kind of got me started early. I was like hustling since I was like 12.
Look at this. I didn't have cars or nothing like that at that point because this was the first run. I didn't have anything. Right. I had $800 a month for my responsibilities, the rent and stuff. So I went on that tour. Following that, by the time I came back, it was $38 million there, and no idea what I was going to do before then in tax time.
That's crazy.
So it was like, we went to work, like really work. I was like, what you going back for? You want to go home?
Right.
We didn't have at home.
Right.
What you going back there for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to go home? Like, that was a threat. If you told me that if they push me to a certain point, I'll mess up in front of everybody.
Yeah,
I'm tired of the capability to just go there because it's just the way I'm brought up. Like I never ran from anything because I never had nobody to go to. I've always had where I'm going. Home to get me. Ain't nobody there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've always been in a situation where I'm forced to deal with it myself, so.
I associated everything good with my mom. And when she went away, all the nice things went away. So I would see, God, the nice cars, clothes, jewelry, different things, and they would appear to have everything from my perspective at that point. And it kind of led me into the same lifestyle that she was actually in. And I started hustling too, because they'd ask, like, what's the matter with your shoes? And not realize that there's no one there to buy those shoes anymore. They buy your shoes the first time, and then when they get tired of feeding you fish, because after we eat the fish, we hungry again. They give you a pole.
Ain't no school for this shit. You gotta be smart enough to pick up the information as you go. I was crazy enough to believe what the fuck I was saying gonna happen was gonna happen. And that's why I was persistent enough and consistent enough to exist now. My grandfather told me, you don't get as far as the you talk to for no reason. You'll be successful as the that you talk to for no reason. What I mean is, if you spending your day talking to a nigga and got nothing going on, what the fuck kind of information could he offer you? Can he help you learn something? Can he teach you something in the conversation?
As I grow older, the one thing that becomes clearer to me each and every day is that I don't owe anyone a thing, and neither do you. I've seen a lot of people pollute their potential after sipping from the well of entitlement. This is certainly true of many of the people I've been associated with over the years, even my own son. What they need to understand is that you should never feel like the world owes you anything. It doesn't. You must accept that it's all on you. That might seem like a very cynical way to view the world, but I would argue that it's actually liberating. You can only feel betrayal when you feel like you're owed something from someone. You can only feel resentment when you had expectations for assistance. When you accept that it's all on you, only then can you finally be free to focus 100% on being the best version of yourself.